The initial surge is held by Highland, so referee tells the scrum half to play the ball. It comes out to their winger who's come off his wing. It looks as he's made a good few passes there. And they've broken through the centres at Highland. Highland looking to defend here, but are they going to turn the ball over? But it's loose ball and it's knocked on by Biggar. Good defence from the home side. Disrupted the ruck. And that was just thrown forward, so we'll go back to the knock-on. The initial Biggar thrust had broken through the defence of Highland, but they've managed to recoup. And that'll be a scrum to Highland, just in front of their own posts, about 7 or 8 yards out. Highland been looking for the same composure in the scrum as they just had a couple of minutes ago. And it's held to Callum McPherson at the tail, who breaks through a good few tackles and sets the ball up. Highland still content with trying to run the ball out of their 22, but good tackling from Biggar, pushes them back a few yards. Probably going to be a kick this time to Scott Fraser, who manages to see the ball, and it's into touch. As I say, when I walked over to the video tower, the low sun was causing a bit of consternation as you were looking into it, so it couldn't have been easy for Scotty to see the ball there. And it's going to be a middle ball, and that's what happened. They'll be looking to try and maul it forward. It's moving slowly. Biggar still in possession. And stopped there, going back. And comes out to the backs. Back inside to the winger. But he's well tackled. Forwards coming round the corner there, but they're still well tackled by Highland. The referee's got his whistle up, and he's given a penalty to Biggar for not releasing, I think. And Biggar decided to go to the posts. Last weekend the Raptors had a great home victory against a strong Caithness side by 45 points to 20. But like most of the games in Scotland, it's been a victim of the frost. However, the Raptors are currently sitting in third place in the North Conference on 24 points. So Ewan Bogle is going to attempt the penalty, pretty much in front of the post. Good angle for right-footed kicker. And he puts it through the middle. So that makes... Got a bigger player down injured at the moment. I think it's Morris McDermott. He looks fit to continue. It looks like a bleeding nose, a hunk of cotton wool up his beak. So Scott Fraser with a restart. It's a good chaser this time. Ewan Milton just thought he got a tap on that, but the referee's not giving it, so Highland looking to sweep it wide right. Mike Gray does a couple of jinks, gets through the first tackle. The back's through your line. It's going back to Ewan Milton, but he's well hit there. But it's still available to... Gordon Gregor's tackled by two again in midfield. Ball's in the halfway line. Highland still in possession. Scott Fraser breaks through, but it's just knocked on there by Ewan Milton, unfortunately. Magnus Henry just needed a minute there, but he's back fit to resume. So a scrum to Biggar, just inside, sorry, to Highland, no, to Biggar even, sorry, just inside the Highland half. Can't make out my left from my right. Ball's there at the back. For Drews takes the ball, he's caught it. I don't know if he took it into touch or he shouted a mark before he went into touch. So it'll be a free kick to Highland. The ball up, it'll be a banana kick off his right foot. And he's made a few yards. Just beyond the 10-yard line in the Highland half. So a Biggar throw into the line out. They've cut some numbers. Some of the Biggar backs are, sorry, the Biggar forwards are sitting out in the backs. That didn't look quite straight to me. The crowd even shout that, but the referees let it go. Ball's knocked back. It's kicked from the scrum half. Couple of knock-ons there. Players not hearing the referee's whistle. So it's a scrum. Highland put in. We shout out today a couple of our injured players, Sean Blair and Callum Carson, who are running water today. They try to tell me they looked like Dan Carter and Richie McCaw. Not too sure of that, but they're both out with shoulder injuries. Looks like Sean might be a long-term injury, but Callum hopefully be back in the new year. Decent solid scrum again from the home side. Mike Gray decides to boot the ball, which the Biggar player, winger under pressure, and the ball is loose. But he's managed to retrieve it and sets it up. Big shout from the balcony again about players over the ball. It's a kick into the touch from Biggar, pushes them into the just outside the Highland 22. So a line out to Highland. Just a full line out. So middle at the back there for Highland. They're trying to maul the ball forward. Richie Dennis, I think, has got it at the tail. There's kick forward underneath the Biggar winger. Magnus Henry gets a half tackle on him. He's missed a few tackles. Ball's right in front of us here for Biggar. Looking for their pack to run forward. Ewan Milton puts a good tackle in. Slow ball for Biggar. We're looking to run it out to their backs. The winger comes back inside. He's got quite a bit of pace with him. But he stopped. He maybe should have kept on going there and he would have scored. Allows the Highland defence to get back in place. Highland under the cosh a bit here. But it looks like they held the player up. The referee says, yeah, held up. Should be a scrum to the home side. No, I don't know what happened there, but it's been kicked quickly and it's into touch. Must have been a restart behind the dead ball line. So Biggar with the throw in. About 18 minutes into the match. It's been pretty even so far. Highland just lacking a bit of possession in the last few minutes. Biggar managed to tap that line out back. Fullback knocks the ball on, but it's taken by Mike Gray. And their player's right over the top of that ruck. Penalty either way. Scott Fraser goes to put the low grubber kick in. It's a chaser. Well, went backwards. Drew breaks up the wing here. A wee grubber forward. Highland grappling on the Greg for it, but they've got possession. It's going to come back out to the backs here. Long pass to Scott Fraser. The junior to Mighty Gray. Magnus Henry's looking for an overlap here. Mighty Gray's trying to break through there. Gets it away back to junior. He's looking for some space. But the Biggar defence are well back. Looks like Biggar have turned it over. The referee's saying it's okay. Mike Gray's over it this time, but the referee's not doing much with it. So after all of that, Biggar in possession. Just on their own 22, sorry, on their own 10-yard line. Looking to fire it wide. Stand off a good left-footed kick again. But Junior's in behind it. Sorry, Andrew's in behind it. And he breaks away looking for some support. Puts boot the ball and it's beyond the scrum half, who does well to recover the kick. And he puts a Gary Owen and up and under. Nobody for Highlands at home looking for it. Magnus Henry takes it. And he breaks away 2-3 tackles. 4 or 5 even. We're looking to come up the wide side here. Richie Dennis in possession. Hugo Cross looking his options. It's going to go right. Ewan Milton takes it up. Gets it away in the tackle to Stephen Murray. But it looks like it's knocked on. The referee's arms out. So a knock on. Pretty frenetic first 20 minutes of the game. Our Thirds had a home fixture last weekend, which they won convincingly, beating Stornoway by 48 points to 10. The Thirds are currently sitting third in Highland Islands Conference. Looks like Tomoki Jr. down there. A bit of a leg injury at the minute. As I said earlier, there was good crowd down again today with full hospitality, 7 tables. So upstairs was really buzzing pre-match. A big thank you to Donny McLeod Catering, who's really providing great food for everybody. Thankfully, Tomoko is back on his feet and fit to resume. So we've got a scrum with Biggar put in. Look to have split their backs either side. Another decent scrum from the home side. Ball's at the back for Biggar. It's going to go out towards the clubhouse side. It's well tackled by Moki there. He's obviously over his injury. Highland up quick in defence. Good line speed. Gordon Gregor trying to rip the ball there and the Biggar forward runner. Tomoki's up quick there again. Kev Brown in and about it. Biggar still trying to break through the Highland defence, but the home side are doing well to repel them at the minute. Referee's got his arm out. I think he's going to give 10 yards here, is he? A couple of whistles. He's not happy with somebody. There must be some chat from the home side. The referee's not happy with it. He's having some stern words with co-captain Scott Fraser. Is that one there? Is it for me? No. So looks like the outcome is a penalty to Biggar. Stand-off, Owen McLeish has the ball in hand. He's left-footed, which would be good from a good angle for him, but they're deciding to go to touch. With 25 minutes of the first half played. Biggar have had a fair bit of pressure in this first half, playing down the hill. And it's a Biggar line out. Ball goes to the tail. It's well taken by Biggar. They're trying to maul it forward. The referee's blowing the whistle and he's got a yellow card for somebody. Looks like it's for Stephen Murray coming round on the wrong side of the maul. So that's a penalty to Highland. So obviously decided with a prop being yellow carded, it's going to go for the scrum. So Highland have to make some changes. Looks like Paul Fraser's going to come on to scrum and Hugo Crush has been sacrificed. That's scrum half. So Callum McPherson will have to do 2 jobs. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Richie Dennis. It's been according to my colleague announcer, Mr. Hume. Biggar putting on the big shove here. And they're moving forward well. So they're going to come squirting out the back. The referee's not giving a decision yet, but they're over the line. Don't know if he's on the wrong side, if you can see what it is there. So according to Balcony, he's given the decision in favour of Highland. Whether they managed to touch the ball down in the dead ball area before the Biggar player, not too sure. So Scott Fraser's got the ball just behind the post. So it's down the throat of Ewan Bogle. Gordon Gregor makes a good tackle again on number 11, Andrew Lamb's coming in off his wing. It's a knock on from Biggar there. 10 and 8 not communicating. Owen McLeish and Ross Jackson. So it'll be a scrum and Highland put in. So Magnus Henry's come in off the blind side to bolster the scrum to make it 8 against 8. So it means Gordon Gregor's going to have to cover the blind side here. Colin McPherson takes a quick tap up, but he's well tackled by number 7, Morris McDermott. Big Patrick now tries to break through a couple of tackles. Highland weathering a bit of a storm here from the away side. Probably half an hour, just under it gone. Good high ball from Hugo Crush, the winger's there, but he knocks it on to Gordon Gregor, who knocks it on as well. So that's a shame Gordy just knocked that on because he'd been away. Bit of open prairie there for him. So it'll be a scrum again. Highland with the put in. So Paul Fraser coming on is done well on the loose head here. Of course, Highland playing with 14 men. The referee telling the Highland front row to speed it up. Ball's at the back there to Hugo Crush. Mighty Grace come in off. We chip forward to Dan Core. It's going to be a 50-50. Oh, he nicks it on well. It's going to bounce for him. Yes, it is. Oh, a great tie from young Daniel. That was certainly against the run of play. Good scrum from the Highland Park. Wee bit of ingenuity in the backs. Get Scott Fraser out of the way. Mike Gray puts the kick in. And a wee bit of fortune for Dan Core on the wing. Great score by the home side. It's good contact, but it's pushed it to the right. So score remains Highland 10, Biggar 3. So probably around 5 minutes left in the first half. Biggar with a restart. It's going to be just over the 10, but Grant Jameson does well and takes it under a bit of pressure. The ball back to Hugo Crush, who's probably going to kick. Magnus Henry's going to have to chase. So a good bit of chaser for Magnus Henry. Oh, and it went beyond the Biggar player. Oh, man, oh! Referee saying that Mackie Jr. tackled the Biggar player who didn't have the ball. It's really unfortunate because the bounce of the ball put Magnus Henry in. So Owen McLeish trying to relieve the pressure here from Biggar. Puts a good left-footed kick in. Yeah, a really good kick. Callum McPherson puts it in, but the assistant referee is saying the ball is out. So a really good kick from the Biggar standoff there. So a full line out. It's probably going to go towards the tail here, I think. Oh, it's the middle again. Oh, hardly gets up. It's not lifted at all. Highland all over it like a rash. The ball's still there for Biggar. Ball slow at the back there. Big number 8. Ross Jackson trying to punch some holes in the Highland defence. Ball's gone wide. Looks as if we've got an overlap. Not sure if that was forward, but that's well defended by the home side. On the far side. I thought Biggar there had numbers, but Highland got across well. Not sure the referee's decision, whether the Biggar player was in touch or high tackle or not sure. He's consulting with his assistant referee. So he's walking Biggar back here. Or is that a try? No, Highland have got the ball. I'm confused. Looks like Biggar have scored a try. Okay, a PA announcer has confirmed it. The try has been scored by Andrew Lamb in the far left-hand side from our position towards the clubhouse. Probably no less than what Biggar deserve. They've had a lot of pressure in this first half. Kicks underneath it from Biggar, so the score remains Highland 10, Biggar 8. Probably around 5 minutes to go. Stephen Murray's coming back on after his yellow card. Just asking the referees for some advice on how you should approach them all the next time, so the same decision doesn't happen. Scott Fraser with a restart. Good chaser for Gordon Gregor, and Ewan Milton's up, but it's tapped back to a Biggar player, number 5, Sam King. Trying to push the ball out wide left, but their standoff Owen McLeish puts it high. Andrew Tamaki has misjudged it there, and it looks like it's dropped into the Biggar possession. Good tackling in midfield from Highland. Keeps the ball carrier upright. The referee's shouting maul, is he? The ball comes back on the Biggar side. Biggar runners just half tackled, looking to come wide to the side here. It's went back twice into the line. Cold hands from the Biggar side. Oh, the referee's saying it's a knock on. Highland making a change. Big Patrick coming off. And Paul Fraser coming back on. The referee giving the front rows a few words of advice. So Hugo Crush with the ball in. It's at Callum McPherson's feet. Hugo Crush swings it out to Mikey Gray. Tries to break through and a good offload. I thought that was forward, but the referee says no, it's fine. And it still comes back to Highland looking to overload the right hand side there. Mikey Gray's back involved again, a couple of hitch kicks. Ball comes out, but it's went backwards, the referee says. Knock on from Biggar. That's the sun away down behind the hills. Starting to get a bit colder now. Ball's in, it's at the back for Hugo Crush. Fire out to Mike Gray again. He puts boot to ball. It's a high ball for the fullback, Ewan Bogle, who recovers the ball well. He's looking in to get to open space. Good ball inside. They've got an overlap here. Kev Brown gets back, and good tackle back from Mike Gray, who's tackled trying to get the ball. It's been held in, is it? The referee's right in the mix there. Good break from Biggar, but good defence from the home side. Biggar pressing in the dying embers of the first half. They're over the try line, but Tamaki Jr. has held them up. The referee saying it's been held up. Yeah. Right, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. I don't hear it. Who won the money? How much? Brilliant. Good. Right, cheers. Welcome back to Canal Park for the second half of this match between Highland and Biggar. Biggar restart the second half. The ball runs just in front of Callum McPherson, but he managed to hold on to it. Apologies, I'm eating my half-time pie at the minute. Hugo Cross looking to kick the touch here. The high ball for Magnus Henry to go for it. It's knocked on, but it's went backwards, the referee says. Big shout from the home side that they're over the ball, but it's still there, available for Biggar. It's going to come out to the near side here. Ron McLeish puts the ball back across. And that's a good kick into touch. So Kev Brown with the line-out throw. It's well taken, I think, by Grant Jameson. Should be another kick from Hugo Crush. Comes a bit more infield this time. Ball comes out to Andrew Lamb. He's well tackled by Mike Gray, and that's a knock on by the number 13, Robbie Orr. So it'll be a scrum to Highland. Scrums were pretty even in the first half. Good hold by Highland. The ball's at the back for Hugo Crush. Goes out to Mike Gray again, and he puts a kick down the middle of the field. Oh, another knock on there, yeah. Big shout from the home crowd. Biggar player not happy with his performance there, throws the ball away. Puts the home side in the front foot. Another good kick from Mike Gray. Highland bats are split 50-50. Scott Fraser standing right behind the scrum. First try in this half, or the first score even, is going to be very important. Ball's at Callum McPherson's again, puts out to Hugo Crush. Mike Gray looking to go back inside, but he does the dummy and he knocks it on, unfortunately. But the referee's got his arm out to the Highland side for a high tackle. Scott Fraser going to boot the ball. Pushes the home side down to the 5-yard line of Biggar. So Kev Brown with the throw in. Highland got paws at the front and at the back, but it's going to go to Callum McPherson in the middle. Looks like Richie Dennis has got it at the tail, and it's splintered somewhat. The ball's there for Highland at the back. Slow ball though, they're going to have to regenerate some momentum going forward. Mike Gray again tries to come back in, and he's burst through a few tackles here. He's played really well this game. Coming up his potential. It's going to go out wide by Scotty Fraser, but it's beyond Adrew, who's well tackled by the Biggar defenders. Penalty to the home side. It's a break down the far touchline, but it's going to come back for a penalty. A wee bit of noise from the balcony just now, just what we're needing. Scott will try and push the home side down the touchline again. Our women's team secured the Caledonian North Region League 2 title last weekend after a home game against Murray RFC, beating them by 57 points to 0. This was a great result for our women, who have progressed from 4 players at the start of the season to over 30 training on a Wednesday night. This result means that next season they should progress to play in League One. So the ball's still there for Highland. Mike Gray again trying to burst through some tackles. Tamaki Jr.'s got the ball in possession. He's going forward, but it's loose ball and it's come out to Biggar. And they've got numbers here on the blind side. Winger Lamb has to come back inside. Big number 13. Robbie Orr burst through a few tackles. Biggar did well to get out their own 22 there. And they're into the half for Highland, but it's been picked up by Ewan Milton. Scott Fraser puts it in behind, but it's charged down. The referee saying there's an initial knock on first before the kick by Biggar. Me and Joe just having an off mic discussion there, not sure of what happened. Our under 18s were supposed to have a home fixture against Biggar today, but the game was postponed due to Biggar playing in a cup game which had been rearranged from last weekend. The under 18s play at home next weekend against Curry Chieftains. Referee having some discussions with the front rows again. So Hugo Crush with the ball in. Callum McPherson breaks away, and he's half tackled by the Biggar flanker. Goes to Stephen Murray, it's a hitch kick and bounces through a couple of tackles. Makes a good 5-7 yards. Highland trying to push down the blind side. Ball's out again to, not back, knock on. Magnus Henry's got the ball. It's pushed back inside. Highland still in possession, looking to swing it wide. Tamati Jr. is going to put the wee kick in. Thanks again to Robust Clinic, who are providing the pitchside physiotherapy services today, along with Mr. Andy Kent, our OBE, our club doctor, and to Walls and Cox, Wine Bar and Inverness, who are once again sponsoring the player of the match. Thanks to Anna, who's doing the physiotherapy today. I believe Fiona's on the red wine, so unavailable. Callum McPherson picks up the ball, runs into the Biggar forwards. Looks like James Blair is on the pitch. Not sure who for at the minute. Benno, who's James on for? Scotty. Looks like Scott Fraser's taking an injury, so James Blair's going to slip into standoff. Young player, but has played around the world. And a good challenge there from Highland at the line out. It's been knocked on a couple of times, yeah. Good reception by the home side. Highland been looking to put maximum pressure on the Biggar scrum here. Paul Fraser certainly played well when he's come on. Highland don't have a big pack weight-wise, but they're certainly mobile. Good push. Just went backwards. It spitted out the side here. Hugo Cross makes the tackle. Biggar looking to still keep it on the blind side here. Grant Jameson trying to get over the ball. Ewan Milton makes a good tackle in midfield. It's not clean ball for Biggar. Scrum half's going to have to run back, which he does well when he's knocked the ball on. Good defence from Highland. Luhan Kotsia just knocked on there in the tackle. Patrick Romatesi is coming back on. Paul Fraser's coming off after a good stint. Also looks like Richie Dennis is coming off. And Dylan Monk comes on for his second appearance of the season. Dylan played down in Gala and scored a try down there, so he'll be looking to do the same today in his first home match. Maybe his dad's listening today. Used to play with Mr. Monk down in Fort William. Hugo Cross flies it out wide. Mike Gray again takes the first up possession. Big shout from the balcony saying it was a high tackle. Gordon Gregor tries to punch some holes. So AC Junior is also on as well. I don't know who he's come off for. Is it Magnus Henry's maybe injured? No. Maybe Adru Maratakos went off, I think. Sorry, just checking my programme notes there, and Biggar have got possession. And they kick to touch on the clubhouse side. Hugo Cross trying to get over the ball. I'm taking the ball up again. Maurice stopped. Sorry, just reading some text messages there. Referee's put his arm up, so it's a penalty to Biggar. We shout out to Jock McLean, who regularly listens to the live feed. I understand he thought I was a bit under the weather a few weeks ago, but I did explain I was at hospitality. But, thanks to Jock, an ex-colleague of mine, listening to the games. Good line-up from Biggar into the middle, but Highland pushing them back, looking for the second surge from Biggar. Highland forwards need to get in behind the ball. And I think the referee's saying player in front of the ball carrier. Don't know if we can still use the term truck and trailer. So a bit of pressure here from Biggar. Lines. The referee not happy with the motion in the scrum, so we'll get a reset. Another wee shout out to one of our regular viewers, Maggie Hume, who I believe it was her birthday yesterday. And her husband David is telling me that you're a wee bit under the weather today, Maggie, so hope you get well soon. Turning 60 isn't that bad. Callum Mack makes a good break up the blind side here, is looking for support. Either need to try and clear the lines here, but Grant Jameson's double tackled. Another big shout from the balcony. Oh, a nice pick up from James Blair, but the ball's been charged down, and thankfully for Highland it goes into touch and goal. Grant Jameson just taking a minute to get back to his feet. So James Weir going to restart underneath his own posts. Puts the ball into the middle, but it's missed by a few Biggar players. Comes to the winger, Mr. Lamb. He pushes it back inside. Referee's got his whistle up. It's going to the Highland team again. Don't know if there's been a bit of extra chat here. But he's looking like going 10 yards. I think Gordon Gregor's taking over.
Thank you very much. Yes. Lovely.
Owen McLeish with a kick to touch, which he makes. Fair bit of sustained pressure in the last 10 minutes from Biggar. Looking to get back into the match. Home side resisting the pressure well, but how long can they hold out for? They're needing a bit of ball themselves, get down the park. Ball goes to the middle of the Biggar scrum. Sorry, the Biggar line out. And they're going forward well. We've got a fair bit of momentum here. This is 5 yards out from the Highland try line. Still Biggar going forward, but it's been ripped, I think, by Stephen Scuba Murray. And it's a penalty to the home side. Well defended there. James Bear looking to make touch, clear the lines here. Get Highland going forward, which he does. Kev Brown with the line out throw. Goes to the middle. I think it's taken by Grant Jameson again. Ball comes out. A lot of runners for Highland in the middle. Gordon Gregor bursts through a few tackles as normal. Ball going back to the blind side. James Blair running the show at the moment. He's looking to go wide. Mighty Gray trying to get away again. Big shout from the home crowd. Stephen Murray coming up again, going back inside into the middle of the pitch. Options either side for Hugo Crush. James Blair decides to go himself, and Gordon Gregor's on his shoulder. He's well tackled by Andrew Jordan, the Biggar captain, but James Blair puts a kick in. Oh, and it's kicked straight out from the Biggar replacement. A good bit of pressure from the home side. So Luke's going to go at the tail. Grant Jameson just manages to get it. It's taken by the Biggar hooker. And Biggar come away with the ball. A bit disappointing there from the home side. It's a loose ball. And Biggar retrieve it. Bit more noise from the balcony just now, which is obviously getting through to the players. The referee's got his arm up, blowing the whistle. It's getting quite spicy out there. We're getting into the dying embers of the game. Probably around 20 minutes left. This time he's speaking to Biggar. Oh, and he's reversed it for some reason. So it's now a Biggar penalty. Kicks, makes for touch. Gordon Gregor asking the referee what was all that about. None of us are very sure on this far side here. Anyways, it's a Biggar line out. They're taking their time getting into position. Goes to the middle, and it's not straight. Much to the delight of the balcony. I thought there would be a bit of monkey tennis today. We're kicking between the two standoffs, but it's been a really competitive game. Both sides trying to run the ball. So Hugo Crush with a put in. Callum Matt breaks away again, but he's well tackled by the flanker on the open. So Kev Brown with the throw in at the line out. Oh, sorry, to Biggar it was. The referee says there's a high tackle. And the temperature's dropped to -3 at the minute. It looks like the pitch is still playable. Obviously the heat off the floodlights is doing its job. Biggar line out right in front of us. And that's not looking straight either. Caught in the balcony. Oh, nice break by the big number 13. And he's going to go in and score, I think. Oh, he's well half tackled by Dan Core. Great half tap tackle. A big pressure here from Biggar. Highland do well to hold him out. Great break by Robbie Orr there from Biggar. Penalty to Biggar. It's looking like an overlap here. So we mind the Henry's going to try and stop them, which he's done. I don't know if the referee's going to go back to the penalty to Biggar. Biggar still trying to put the pedal down here. Highland doing well to repel them. Big flat pass and Biggar score under the posts. So they should make the conversion, which would make it 15-all. So a great finale to the game. Conversion successful, so it makes it Highland 15, Biggar 15. Somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes left. The referee's blown. Big shout again from the balcony. He's telling all the players to walk away until he speaks to the captains. Certainly getting a bit tasty out there now. So a yellow card to, looks like Ewan Milton, possibly for a high tackle. That puts Highland on the back foot for the final 10 minutes. So it's a line out to Biggar, 5 yards inside the Highland half. Home side we're looking to disrupt this line out. Straight again, going to the crowd, and that's a knock on. Hugo Crush picks the ball up. Stephen Murray trying to go forward. I think Dylan Monk getting the ball there going forward. But it's broke into a Biggar. Ball coming out the blind side here, back inside, the number 8. He's held up by his opposite number, Callum McPherson. Gordon Gregor goes low, makes a good tackle. Big Patrick's over the ball. Biggar looking to run the ball out their backs now, away on the far side. It's another good tackle. James Blair. Big shout from the crowd. Hugo Crush makes the big tap, but he's tackled without the 10 yards. The referee agrees. Crowd certainly getting involved in the game now. Just waiting a minute for an injured Highland player. Highland do well to score here, bearing in mind if down to 14 players. It's big Grant Jameson taking it out, but he's up and running. So it's a penalty to the home side. James Blair. Has he indicated posts? I think he has. He's got a good boot on him. I think it's probably just on the edge of his range. He do well to make this. It's on the right side of the post for a right-footed kicker. Gives it a big boot. I think it's going to be a bit short. Just short. Just short the ARC. And that's straight out by Biggar, so Highland will retain possession. And it'll be a line out to the home side. Unlucky young James, he wasn't far away there. We'll go to the middle and it's taken. The Highland Jumpers. Looks like Biggar have turned it over. They're going to try and run it out from their own line here. They've got a bit of an overlap. It's well tackled, the winger. Hugo Crush trying to make the tackle there. He does well on the hooker. Biggar scrum half cuts here, going to put a kick in. Oh, and it's knocked on. So Biggar nominate for a scrum. Just inside the Highland half. So Biggar with put in right in front of the video tower here. And is stuck in the second rows there. The scrum half gets the ball back. Winger's in off his wing again. And he's half tackled by James Blair. Gordon Gregor gets across. He's taking a few men to get him down. Well, that's a knock on, thankfully, by Biggar. Looks like Tamaki Jr. is down injured. So it looks like the referee's pushing on with the scrum because it's a back that's injured. The hobble back into position. Not sure if he's going to be too effective at the minute. Anyway, Hugo Crush with the put in at the scrum. The solid scrum from the home side. Goes out wide to James Mike Gray, who puts it out wide to the blind side. It's taken by James Blair, who's knocked it on, unfortunately. Not sure if that was the best move in our own 22. Just a few minutes left in the game. Biggar certainly on the front foot here in the last few minutes of the game. Highland needing a big scrum. Good scrum by Biggar. It's at number 8's feet. A drop goal attempt by the standoff, who pushes it wide. And that's the end of the match. Highland 15, Biggar 15. I think probably a fair result on the whole performance from both sides, but full commitment from both of them. And that's the last home game of this year, so we'll see you in the new year.